super strain of gonorrhea circulating in the U.S. is so powerful it can evade many antibiotics used to treat it. Fun times.
All right, now I'm going to tell you this right now. I had about a half a dozen soldiers in my career who had gonorrhea and literally, didn't say shit about it until it was really, really bad. And they were absolutely miserable. One guy actually had it had traveled up inside and infected one of his kidneys. This is serious business, man. And if it's antibiotic resistant, I can't even imagine the hell that will inflict upon you.
Yeah, no thanks.
Uh-uh.
The so-called super strain of gonorrhea against many types of antibiotics are less than effective or not effective at all, have been identified in the U.S. for the first time, health officials said on Thursday, raising further concerns that post-antibiotic era is approaching.
What's the date on that article?
Let's see. This one is from January 2023.
Okay.
So from this year.
Now, the super gonorrhea thing, that's wrong because I've been hearing about this for about 5 or 6 years.
Yep.
So they didn't just discover it. That's bullshit.
Yep. It's just now making its way over here because I do believe I remember a few articles of it starting out in Japan.
Yeah, there's like a weird dynamic when it comes to like Asia and venereal disease. I wonder why that is. Could it be all of the basket fucking, rampant prostitution, the poor are willing to do anything for a buck? I don't know why that is. It's so weird.
Crazy how that all works out.
Yeah, man. You don't need that aggravation, man.
Nope. The case identified in Massachusetts was successfully treated with ceftriaxone.
Yep.
There we go. At least pronounce that one right. An antibiotic recommended to treat the disease, state health officials said in the news release. A higher than recommended dose wasn't required to clear the infection, a state public health spokesperson tells Fortune. Though the U.S. Center for U.S. CDC and Prevention recently doubled the recommended dose. Yep. Newly identified strain showed reduced susceptibility to 3 types of antibiotics and resistance to an additional 3, including penicillin.
Well, that was not a surprise. We've been using penicillin since just after World War I.
Yep. It marks the first U.S. case in which all recommended drugs were less than effective or completely ineffective, the state health department said in a Thursday bulletin to clinicians. The case serves as an important reminder that strains of gonorrhea in the U.S. are becoming less responsive to a limited arsenal of antibiotics, health officials said in a statement. The U.S. is experiencing a rising epidemic of STDs. Dr. George Benjamin, executive director of the American Public Health Association, tells Fortune, with some experts referring to this issue as a hidden epidemic.
Well, because it is. And I have no idea why we can't seem to get this under control, because it's getting out of hand. When you look at some of those CDC studies and stats, holy crap. It has just gone off the hook in the past 15 years.
That's what the sexual revolution will do.
I think it was both the sexual revolution and internet dating.
That would do it. Let's see. Cases of gonorrhea and STD often shows no signs but can lead to genital discharge. Ugh, yummy. Burning during urination, sores, and rashes, among other symptoms, rose by 131% nationally between 2009 and 2021.
What I tell you, internet dating.
Yeah. While rates of STD transmission in the U.S. fell during the early months of the pandemic, they surged later in the year with cases of gonorrhea and syphilis eventually surpassing 2019 levels.
How tasty.
No.
No, it's not good, man.
No. Another similar strain of gonorrhea with reduced response to ceftriaxone and another antibiotic was also recently identified in Massachusetts, health officials noted. And similar case was recently seen in Nevada, though that strain remains sensitive to at least one type of antibiotic.
Nevada.
Don't go to the bunny ranch.
You catch yourself a bad case of something or other.
Don't want neither of that.
Herpaganosyphilates.
Yeah. Let's see. The novel
aggravation.
No. The novel strain has been previously reported in Asia Pacific countries and in the UK in recent years, Massachusetts health officials said. It's a similar case previously seen in Nevada, though that strain remains sensitive to at least one class of antibiotics. CDC didn't immediately respond to Fortune's questions to whether the strain or similar ones have been identified anywhere else in the U.S.
I'm sure they have, but normally they're not going to say anything about it until they actually have a completed study with the information. So that's typically how they work. They might suspect something's happening, but until they actually see the physical evidence and do the studies and get the data, they really don't know.
But, a scary proposition, like a girl taking you out from the bar to take you out behind the dump dumpster, and there you go. Get yourself some super gonorrhea.
And pump you full of gonorrhea.
The Massachusetts case highlights the growing concern regarding antimicrobial resistance, one of the top 10 public health threats facing humanity, according to the WHO. Antimicrobial resistance occurs when bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites evolve over time, becoming less responsive to medicines, making infections increasingly difficult or impossible to treat. We're watching this antibiotic era turn into a post-antibiotic era. Dr. Michael Olstrom, director of the University of Minnesota Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy. Yeah, they really need to fucking break these words down, man. I'm having problems with some syllables here.
Syllables?
That's a scary proposition.
Well, here's the thing right here. Okay. So what they're trying to tell you is the post-antibiotic era. If you haven't noticed, our population has gone through the roof basically since roughly just after World War I. And one of the reasons that is happening is a lot of the pathogens that used to kill people on the regular are now getting treated with antibiotics. And we're going to see that death rate again if we get to that point where everything is resistant to antibiotics and we're back at square one. It's not going to be pretty.
Let's see here. Where were they? Global efforts are underway to slow the increase in resistance, since it's an impossible process to stop, he says. But little is being done in this regard or to develop new treatments. November 2021 statement by the WHO called the clinical pipeline of new antimicrobials dry.
Okay.
2 years later, that pipeline remains dry, according to Benjamin, as an increased number of treatments become ineffective due to antimicrobial resistance. We're having more powerful drugs with more side effects, he says. At some point, we won't have anything useful to treat gonorrhea with.
That's right. Oh, and I want to make a quick announcement to everyone watching. I am officially a senior citizen now. Yesterday, I turned 55. So I am now in the kindergarten class of senior citizenship.
Oh,
nice, huh?
Happy belated birthday there, Pop.
I just can't believe I'm 55, man.
Fun times.
All right. All right, so move on to the next article. This is getting dry towards the end. Listen, what they're trying to say is you're using your junk irresponsibly in ways it wasn't designed to be used, and you're using it way too often, and you're winding up catching yourself something nasty. And that nastiness is becoming resistant to our medications. So the best way to cure this is never catch it at all. That's why I'm warning you dumbasses out there who I know are going to be dick thinking and go, well, Pop, it just feels so much better. For now, give it 72 hours and then, come back and tell me that.
Oh, God, it burns.
Listen, you ain't seen the pee-pee dance until you've seen a soldier, waiting for a sick call slip to go to the hospital doing the gonorrhea jumping jacks. And then you just kind of fill it out real slow. Hold on. I'll be right with you.
Got to make sure I cross all the T's and dot all the I's.
No. Just prolong suffering a little bit more because they're a little stupid.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.